What's going on, everybody? What it do? What it do? It's a full court pressure. I'm just going for the two. You know what time it is. It's time for Mikey's 4 a.m. night audit. We're here at 4:03 a.m. on February 15th, 2001. Oh, I'm sorry, 2021. I said that with so much confidence. 2001. I can't wait till I'm doing these podcasts for like 15 years so I can do what Bill Burr does when he has like his podcast at the first half and then he has a throwback podcast on the same day from a different year on the second half of the podcast. That's going to be flames and lit. What's up, everybody? We're here a day after Valentine's Day. Oh, what's up? I see one person join the room. I wish YouTube would let me see who joins the room so I can give them a holler. I want to thank y'all for being around. Well, it's the day after Valentine's Day. How was everybody's Valentine's Day? Was it fire? Ladies, did you get everything that you wanted? Did your man prove to you everything that you needed him to prove to you to make it to another holiday before Christmas or Mother's Day or your birthday or the anniversary or one of the other many days that you get gifts and attention? Oh man, fellas, how about you? How was Valentine's Day to you? Did you get some gifts from your significant? Did you have to go into pocket a little bit more than you thought? Did you like plan for like, all right, I'm gonna do $140 for Valentine's Day night, and then once you get to wherever you get into, you realize it's gonna be like $250, and you just stuck, and now you're like hella broke, but she had a good time? Is that where we at, fellas? Or did y'all have a good time too? Fellas, did y'all get any gifts? Or did you do the gift buying? I'm just asking questions. I'm not making no insinuations. I'm just asking questions. Valentine's Day is such an interesting day, you know. It's like, you know, we got to prove so much how we feel, you know. It's like, it would be nice to just let how we treat people and what we do a lot of the talking, but that's not always the whole picture, you know. You can lie. You can lie verbally and you can lie with your actions, so it makes sense. But I know Christmas felt a little different this year around, buying gifts for people and just that whole feeling and everything like that. But I wonder how y'all felt about the feeling of Valentine's this year. I mean, there was no All-Star game, I don't think, unless I missed it completely. Did I miss that? No, I couldn't have missed that. So there was no All-Star weekend, so that was a little different. Would you ever wonder why the NBA does that? The NBA knows deep down in its soul that every dude that has a girlfriend is going to be put in this terrible, terrible, terrible position every single year if they are an NBA fan. And I mean, from the NBA's perspective, I'm just assuming that the NBA is assuming that anybody that's watching them is an NBA fan. But you got to choose, like, and it's the whole weekend. They make the whole weekend All-Star weekend. So you can't even, like, be like, all right, I'm going to hit shorty on Valentine's Day, and then, you know, the next night I'll be able to. It's just like, nah, you're going to miss it. Why do they do that on Valentine's weekend every time? Why do they, what was the thinking behind that? Unless I'm not remembering it correctly. But I feel like, you know what? Hold on, let me look that up. Why not, right? We got Google right here. We got the world at our fingertips. This is the NBA All-Star Game on Valentine's Day every year. Do y'all say Valentine's or Valentimes? A couple of them to say Valentimes. I don't know where they got it. They say it with such pride and such Valentimes. Valentimes. Anyway, this is taking too long. Why would the NBA do that, you know? And like, there's just like no honesty about that whole day. That day is spilled. It's advertised like it's a group day. It's not a group day. It's a day to give some girls attention. Because dudes love. Let me tell you something about dudes. Dudes love. People think that dudes don't love. People think that dudes don't feel emotion, that dudes don't express emotion, and that we tell other dudes not to express emotion, not to feel emotion. That's not the case. It's just that we express the way we feel differently than women. I mean, it's not. You know, this ain't one for one. Everybody's got their own individual style. I understand that 100%. But dudes like to do stuff. You know what I mean? Dudes like to show they care by like doing things, hooking things up, making sure you straight, getting you squared away. You eat today? Let me get you some da 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 da. Who said that to you? Well, let me scoop you up. You know what I mean? We like to do things to make your life easier, to make your life, to show you that we'll put our lives on hold to, to make sure you straight, to make sure everything's good with you. But it's like the problem I have with Valentine's Day is like it's always it feels like it's always a pressure to express your love the way the other person wants you to express their love, and that doesn't feel authentic to me. Because everybody expresses their love different. But when Valentine's comes around, it's like, all right, here we go with the hotel rooms, with the rose petals, with the dinner, you know, with the romance that looks like it was in some Hollywood script. You know what I mean? Like the way some of us met our significant others. You know what I mean? Some of those ways were probably more romantic than anything they planned for the actual relationship for Valentine's. But it was like romantic because it was what they liked. You know. Like maybe they met in the TV aisle at Best Buy watching SpongeBob SquarePants reruns or something like that while they were both waiting for their parents to buy something for, you know what I mean? Like something like that, and just chop it up over SpongeBob. And you're like, damn, that was like the best night I ever had, just chopping it up with a stranger in the TV aisle at Best Buy watching SpongeBob. And then you get in a relationship and it's just like, show me you love me. And it's like, all right, I got to do all these rose petals and all that stuff. But it's like, but when you and me rocked, we rocked in the TV aisle at Best Buy watching SpongeBob. So to some extent, like, how you're going to show each other that you care is like, I don't know. I just feel like we take a lot of cues from Hollywood. We take a lot of cues from what we see on TV and what you see in the cards and what you see in movies and read the books, and then we set ourselves up to really feel disappointed in our relationships and with our significant others. When in reality, a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff on a daily basis. A lot of people are showing that they care on a daily basis, and then when you show that you don't, when you don't like that on a specific day, when Valentine's Day comes around, it's just like, all right, it just seems like it's always like, dude, shut down whatever you got going on and come and do something with me today, bro. Meanwhile, the NBA is like, nah, bro, chill, chill, chill. I know she's your girl. I know she wants the rose petals and the dinner at the steakhouse, fam. But what you really want to do is watch Russell Westbrook airball some 3-pointers in the All-Star game. And deep down, you're like, yes. I would actually rather watch Russell Westbrook miss a bunch of 3-pointers, airball them Jones. I'm about to swear on YouTube. I would like to see that instead of going to a steakhouse, putting on a tie, getting a glass of wine, $22 glass. You know what I mean? But was this different? Was this different this year? Now that everybody, some people aren't going out to eat. Some people are staying inside and cooking. Maybe this was more intimate. Maybe this was more personal. Maybe this was a lot more where it needed to be. I hope so. I hope y'all out there had like a really great Valentine's Day. I hope it was super enjoyable. I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. I'm just free flowing today. I don't really have any topics in mind. I have a lot of stuff that I was thinking about, but with these lives, it's tough. It's like you do one live, you get gassed and you get hyped, and then when it's time to do another live, like I'm torn between just free flowing or like coming in hella prepared. But if I come in prepared, then it's just like it just doesn't really feel organic. It feels more like a news show. And if anybody knows me, I cannot stand mainstream media, so news media. So I'm not trying to hop on that wavelength. So I'm trying not to go down that route. But hold on one second. I will have to put y'all on hold. Uno mas. We good. We Gucci. I'm out here repping Magic Circle. For those that are listening, can't see it. Magic Circle Theater, Tufts. You know, I rep that East Coast heavily. I'm Boston all day, baby. Till I DIE, yeah. So I'm trying to think, you know. I'm trying to figure out, you know, I live in LA. I live in Massachusetts, essentially. You know what I mean? I be doing the back and forth all the time. My family's out in Mass. You know what I mean? I be out in LA doing my thing. But I'm thinking, like, is LA up? You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, this is another opportunity where I wish I had, like, 47 people in my life so I could have a conversation with people so I can get a feel for what's going on around the country. But, like, where to go? Where to go? Where to go? Where to go? My whole life I spent in Boston, New York, and Los Angeles my whole life. So, one second, y'all. I'll be back again.
Yo, Mike, I got some on the desk.
Y'all heard it. All right, I'm back. Hey, who's that one person that's just been hanging in? Yo, I really appreciate you. Always got one person. I got a stock out there. I appreciate the stalker. Don't like for real stalk me in real life. Stalk me online and recruit other stalkers to stalk me online. That would be dope. You know what I mean, I need a good fan base. But yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like what's the haps right now. What to do. I mean, a bunch of my friends have moved from the East Coast to like Atlanta. That's a destination. I'm not sure if I really want to go to Atlanta, but Atlanta be popping. I feel like Texas is kind of the de facto come up city right now. Everybody in my live, all my one people in my live, is Texas live right now? Is Texas hot right now? It's huge. I know that if people were to move to Texas, it probably would be a lot of room because I don't think Texas is like that filled. I could be wrong, but it feels like the hot spots right now is like Florida, Texas, Atlanta, and Colorado. Now I'm just weighing my options. You know, I want to see something a little different. My whole life I spent in Boston, I spent in New York, I spent in LA. You know, they big cities and they got their own qualities. You know, they have their own personalities, their own feels. But let me tell you, it's all cities. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's all cities. And I'm a city boy. I'm a city guy. That's kind of how I was raised. And that's where I feel the most comfortable. But maybe I just haven't been stimulated in other environments yet, you know, and I think about that from time to time. And I think about what Colorado's doing. I hear rumors. I mean, I know Colorado's been making crazy money with their marijuana, businesses. I know Boston's got to be making crazy money now because them taxes at the dispensaries is through. Let me just say something that's kind of annoying about the dispensaries. The dispensaries are making me like not like doing that no more. Am I the only one? Because I feel like I go there and they are just mad annoying. Like they be trying to tell you where to stand, how to stand in line, where to go, like just like so much demanding and controlling and telling you what to do. And I'm like, bro, all I just want to do is just buy some of this. Like, you're making it such a hassle. And it's like they do it like you know, when you go to a place and you just want to buy like a pack of gum and they be like, email address, and you're like, do I really got to give my email addresses to like cop this gum? They'd be like, yeah. Like, they be asking for email address, phone numbers, and all this. I'm just like, just give me, I'm already paying the tax. I'm already paying the tax, which is almost like buying a whole nother order of something. The tax be outrageous. I'm already paying the tax. Do I have to do all of this other rigmarole? This other dude told me last time I was there, like, I put my name down there. I said Mike, and then I put the letter of my last name. I'm over here acting like y'all don't know my last name. I put C as my last name. And he gonna tell me, that's what I do every time. He's just like, next time put your whole last name so it's easier for me to find. Fam, just look for my number and give me my order, dog. I don't care how easy it is for you to find. Why do I have to give you all of my information just to cop some of this stuff, dog? It's just like, Matt, it's like, we don't even do that for alcohol, you know what I mean? They be like, just give it to me cash and then get out of my store. That's how they be. But for some reason with that Mary Jane, they be acting crazy. Just crazy. So maybe the dispensaries out in Colorado are better because they've been around for a lot longer. I sure as heck like the way they do it in LA a lot more than they do it out here on the East Coast. On the East Coast, 10 weeks ago, they were basically hanging people at the gallows for having a dime bag of weed on you. And now all of a sudden, they got commercials, and you know what I mean? It's just like there's a certain air of pompous. I don't know what it is, because I can't blame the workers, because the workers are just people. You know what I mean? I can't necessarily blame them, but it just feels so. It's almost like all the fun is ruined. You know what I mean? It's like paying like a sex tax. Eventually, you just be like, really? Like, it's just sex. Like, I just feel like weed is so easy to produce and natural to produce that I just don't understand why the tax would just be so annoying. Anyway, but Colorado seems to be doing it well. I mean, I hear rumors that they're giving out health insurance and stuff like that with their excess marijuana money. That's kind of epic. I also read that they are decriminalizing the use of psilocybin for medical use, which is, whoa, that's kind of huge. That's kind of big time. I would like to see the studies on that and the research on that. Supposedly, when done with therapy and microdosing and stuff like that, that it helps people with PTSD, with depression, end of life, anxiety, things like that. But you know what? When it's time for these local governments to start making that cash off of something, start taxing something, they start lying about these benefits like a blah blah. They just start lying. I'm a plebeian in this sense. I'm just a civilian in the sense of what I'm about to say. But from what I understand about corn, it's the same thing with corn. Apparently, corn used to be super nutritious. It used to be super good for you. You could eat corn and have all kinds of nutrients in your body immediately. It was like different colors and stuff like that too, when the Native Americans were rocking with it. And then apparently we did something and added something to the mix, and now it just looks like my shirt, and it just stays at this color, you know, forever. It's just one color. It's like a yellow, and that's it. And it has no nutrients in it now. And apparently we have these enormous stockpiles of corn around the world or around the country, and that's part of the reason why we have corn everything. Everything's corn syrup, corn starch, corn this, corn that. They give away, I mean, they don't give away popcorn, but how they still charge. If corn ain't got no nutrients in it and it's just essentially popped air, how are they charging us $2,900.18 at the movies for some goddamn popcorn? You see what I'm saying? Like, this corona thing, like, I would never wish that this would happen. I'm not asking for corona. I'm not asking for a disease. That would be terrible. I love life. I love human beings. I love human being life. I'm not trying to do anything to mess that up, but it definitely did speed up some trends that we were having. And one of the trends that I noticed is like the movie theater just became weird. It just became a weird place. Like it was priced for people that just have crazy amounts of excess money to throw around. But the people that have excess money to throw around just aren't really going to the movies. You know what I'm saying? Like the movies is usually supposed to be like a place that the people can go to. And, you know, because the people can go there, used to have these big crowds, these active crowds, these engaged crowds. I went to go see Spider-Man. Was it Homecoming? No, it was the second one. What's the second one? Spider-Man Homecoming and then Spider-Man Homegoing. Whichever the Spider-Man 2 one is, Spider-Man Homegoing. I saw the 2 over in LA at that theater over by the Chinese theater. Or is it like in the Chinese theater, one or the other? And it was just like old school. Like it was just like kind of like stadium seating, but there was just like 1,000 seats, like just so many seats, like opera house type. And the screen was there. Like every time like a person came on screen, the whole theater erupted. Kids were there. They were laughing. They were, you know, every beat of the movie, they were just so engaged. It just made me feel so good. It brought me back to those times when I used to go to the movies, like when I saw Scary Movie 1 and 2 in the theaters. And I just remember the entire theater laughing. Just the entire theater was just involved in that experience, packed to the brim. People were there on date nights, little Friday night date nights, little young kids and stuff like that. But then you saw families, you saw older people. Like I was there with my boys. Like that's just what I feel like I remember going to the theaters. Now the theater is just like, you go there on a date, that joint $35. Dinner in the movie is $1,000 flat. If you ain't got $1,000, you ain't taking somebody out to a dinner in the movie. You need $1,000. It's $800 for the movie for both of y'all, plus concessions and all that. And then you gotta go to dinner after that. Drop $200, $300. You know what I mean? And that's not even Valentimes. On Valentimes, forget about it. So I just feel like that was just such a good experience. I don't get that experience when I go to the theater as much anymore. And it could be for a myriad of different reasons. But one reason I feel like is like they just got money hungry or something. Because you just can't afford to do that. You just can't afford to go. Like there's a couple theaters where you can get them little $5 movie theaters or whatever. And God bless them because they are just keeping the art form alive in its true sense. You know what I mean? Movies supposed to be for the people, man. People supposed to enjoy it. Maybe it got a little too intelligent. Maybe everything is just too, it needs to be dissected and stuff like that. And they're not making stuff. That's not true because we do have Fast and Furious 11,100. And that is for sure made for the people. So, I might just be seeing it wrong, but I just feel like I'll be honest, I was happy to see that when Corona hit, like these theaters just could not justify charging people $1,000 a ticket. Like you just can't do that to people for a 2-hour movie. And let's be honest, I'm not even gonna say the rest of that sentence, but let's be honest, you already know where that sentence is going. I don't even really watch Netflix all that much anymore. I mean, are y'all on streaming? Maybe just the nature of life has just been so dramatic that it's been making me not get as much into movies. Maybe a combination of that and my attention span and stuff like that. But sometimes like I'll get 2-3 scenes into a movie and it's not even about good or bad or anything like that, but it's just like, okay, I'll get to this movie later because I just don't have the attention right now to pay attention to it. It's weird. It'll be like 2 scenes into the movie. So I think that trend was happening regardless. I think the trend of our attention span was starting to shrink regardless. People don't want to see 5-hour epics and stuff anymore. They rather see 16 movies spread out over 5 years than to see one 5-hour epic. So that combined with the fact that you just start charging people more and more money, it's like, what are we gonna do? It's not like people are being dragged to the movies like we used to be. I mean, now I still love the movies. It sounds like I'm hating, but I love the movie theater. I used to go to the movie theater by myself. as a kid. I love going by myself to this day. It's very therapeutic. It's very chill. I went to a theater around my way months ago, and it was me and 2 employees in the entire building. And I was like, that's kind of lovely, you know, and an opportunity sometimes to just be able to be in the theater by yourself and do your thing. But nothing beats that feeling of like Friday night, a movie just dropped, and the theater's packed, and like everybody's trying to be a part of it. You know what I mean? Everybody's trying to just be there and just be engaged. Like, that's such a good feeling. I don't know if we'll get that back. It makes me kind of sad. We're gonna have to change some of our arenas and how we set all that stuff up. But I don't know. I've been rambling. This was one of the most aimless. This was a good lesson for me to understand exactly how to do with this live thing. But this was one of the most aimless podcasts I've done. But I'm gonna upload it though, because 22 years from now, people are gonna come back to this episode. I don't know what they're gonna say. I don't know how it's gonna go, but they're gonna be happy that they can go back to this episode. I kind of forget that I'm being on my video too. Anyways, before I just keep rambling on, I'm just gonna call it there. It's been 25 minutes. I'm just gonna call it that one. I hope y'all had a great Valentine's Day. I want to hear how things went for y'all. I want to hear what the experience is like. One of my friends was talking about she's all sad because nobody gave her anything for Valentine's Day, and then I see her the day after Valentine's Day. She got chocolates. She got boxes of roses, and she's like, "But if you really knew me, you knew I didn't really want roses." You see what I'm saying? Like, dang, brother can't even get no roses no more and have that mean nothing. Anyway, I'm not gonna ramble. Yo, y'all are the best. Y'all are the bomb. Whoever that one person is that's here, I give you ultimate kudos, props, respect, shout out, all of that, because you're a real one. You stayed through it. Everybody, I will check you again on another stream, and we're gonna have some fun on my other streams. Sometimes it has to be whack. That's just the nature of reality. This is the nature of nature. It just has to be that way. Circle of life. You've seen it in Lion King. You know, all of that good stuff. So I will holler at y'all later, and stay up. Peace.